All right, let's talk about something that's absolutely critical for quality and mission success. What do you do when a piece of calibrated equipment is found to be out of tolerance? OOT. It's a serious situation, and luckily, the new QSP-1100 Revision R gives us a crystal clear playbook, and today we're going to walk through it step by step. So let's just jump right in. Picture this. You get a report from a vendor, or maybe a call from the floor. An asset is confirmed out of tolerance. What is your first move? As a member of the metrology team, what's your absolute #1 priority in that moment? That's exactly what we're going to nail down right now. So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with why this is such a big deal, the challenge itself. Then we'll get into the protocol, the new QSP-1100. And after that, we'll walk through the 3 main steps: identify and contain, then draft the UI, and finally, disposition and closure. It's a really straightforward roadmap. First things first, let's be really clear about this. An OOT asset isn't just some minor inconvenience. It's a potential crisis. It means that every single measurement that tool made could be wrong. Think about that. We're talking about putting our hardware, our data, even the entire mission at risk. That's exactly why our response has to be lightning fast, super consistent, and incredibly precise. This isn't optional, it's an absolute must. And that required response? Well, it's all laid out for us in QSP-1100 Revision R. This document is our single source of truth. The latest updates are all about streamlining the process and making it perfectly clear who does what and when. Honestly, it just makes life easier for everyone, for our team and for the equipment owners. So what does this new process actually look like from a high level? Well, it all kicks off the second an OT tool is identified. From there, we got to review its history, lock it down with containment measures, document everything, and then notify the owner so they can make that final call. Let's break down where we, the metrology team, fit into each one of these steps. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, starting with step 1, identify and contain. The moment an OUT condition is confirmed, a clock starts ticking. These first few actions are your immediate, non-negotiable priority. The #1 rule is simple. Stop that tool from being used, period. You need to immediately flag it in TipQA, our quality system database. Get it physically out of the work area. Slap a label on it that says out of calibration, loud and clear. And if the situation calls for it, you red tag it and put it under MRB, that's Material Review Board, control. The goal here is 0 ambiguity. This tool is officially on the sidelines until this whole process plays out. All right, once that tool is safely contained, we get to what is really our most important job in this whole process, drafting the unscheduled inspection report, the UI in TipQA. This document is everything, and it's where our famous attention to detail really gets to shine. This right here, this is the core principle. I want you to think of us as expert investigators. Our job is to document the facts of the case. What failed, by how much, and when. We do it clearly, we do it precisely. But here's the key. We do not decide what happens next. That's the owner's call. Our job is to give them all the rock-solid data they need to make the right one. And we've got to move fast. The target for getting this UI-type non-conformance report created and issued in TipQA is just 5 days. That urgency is critical because it allows the equipment custodian to start their own impact assessment right away, without any delay. Now, this is your checklist for a perfect UI. This is non-negotiable. According to QSI 1201, you have to include the specific failing conditions in the description. You've got to attach the vendor's OOT report and the last known good calibration record. You need to identify the exact containment period. That's the window of time between the last good cal and now. And this is a big one. Every single manufacturing order, or MO, that tool touched needs to be captured as its own unique serial number. A complete UI is what makes a fast, effective disposition even possible. So once we've built that complete UI and submitted it in TipQA, the ball is officially in the custodian's court. This next phase is all about a clean handoff and really clear communication. And when I say clean handoff, I mean an immediate one. The second that UI is created, the work center manager and the tool's custodian have to be notified. This isn't just a friendly heads up. You know, this is the official starting gun for them to begin their impact assessment and really take ownership of the nonconformance. This slide really lays out the two sides of the coin perfectly. It shows the separation of duties. Our role in metrology: we draft the UI with all the data. We provide technical support. We escalate the really critical stuff to the material review board or failure review board. The custodian's role: they assess the hardware impact, they choose the disposition, and they own that final decision. Let me put it simply: we inform, they decide. So what kind of decisions can they make? Well, based on the amazing detailed UI that you just created, the custodian can choose to rework or recalibrate the tool. They might decide to scrap it if it's a lost cause. They could also decategorize it to reference-only status for jobs where precision isn't critical. Or, and this is important, with the right engineering justification, they can choose to accept the condition if their assessment proves there was no negative impact. Our job is providing the undeniable facts that empower them to make these calls.
And hey, just a quick point of clarification here. Throughout this whole explainer, we've been saying TIP QA. Just so we're all on the same page, that's our official quality system database. Every single step of this process, from that first OT flag to the final closure, it's all documented right there. It's our official system of record.
Okay, so let's boil this all down. What are the absolute critical takeaways for you and our team? Number one, an OT condition is an all-hands-on-deck situation that requires immediate action. Number two, your main job, your primary role, is to create a complete and accurate UI in TIP QA inside that 5-day window. 3. Follow that checklist we talked about. Make sure every single minimum requirement is documented in that UI. And finally, number 4, and maybe the most important, remember your role. You report the facts, you don't make the final disposition decision. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. What we've been talking about isn't just about following a process or filling out forms. It's about maintaining a chain of quality that is unbreakable. So the next time you handle an ODE event, I want you to think about this. How does your precision, your attention to detail in that one moment protect not just a single piece of hardware, but the integrity of our entire mission?